I'm Anita Wilson, and I'm the Executive Director of the Gerson Institute. Dr. Gerson was a very famous and highly respected physician of Jewish lineage, born in Germany in the late 1800s. He left that country during the Nazi occupation and came to America. He published a book of his works and died about 2 years after that. And his daughter Charlotte will be 89 years old on March the 27th, lives here locally in San Diego. And she started this institute over 33 years ago to ensure that her father's genius and that his work was still kept alive on this planet.
Charlotte, yeah, she, 89 years old, still driving to Mexico, helping out. It's amazing.
We are in the process of purchasing a new office building, both because we have expanded and have grown this building and for financial reasons. We're very excited today because the Design Institute of San Diego have their students here doing their research for their project.
My name is Mishka Kostrabi, and we are asking questions at the Gerson Institute.
We did interviews and talked a lot with the staff and got to know them and what their roles are, and then we interviewed them to see what their needs were going to be.
I was actually just telling my family about this project because I was excited about it, but I was telling my aunt how much researching the client is important. There's so many things that you have to consider.
We actually don't provide direct services here. We license clinics. We have a licensed clinic in Mexico and outside of Budapest, Hungary. We have a daycare center in Singapore. We have a restoration center that's north of San Diego. I was quite impressed with the Design Institute before I ever came to work today. I have toured the facility there. I know Lily Robinson, the instructor. I've seen her book. I have served on a jury for some of your students, and you have a most impressive program. And one of the things that we really love about your program is that social responsibility overlay that you include in your curriculum, and the fact that you're also so environmentally friendly, because the Gerson therapy actually could be coined or nicknamed green healing because it is a vegetarian-based program of fresh organic foods and juices and natural supplements and natural detoxifications.
We've been researching how diet affects cancer, eating organically and staying away from pesticides and stuff that really affects your health.
I joined the Gerson Institute going on 8 years ago and had actually spiraled down to just a couple employees. And today we have 18 employees. We have hundreds and hundreds of recovered patients, but we don't have the organized body of statistics and work that we need to be able to give data on specific diagnoses. So committed to that. That will lead us to higher levels of funding for such projects like that. As you heard Dr. Smith say today.
Hopefully at some point we have a whole research department.
It's an exciting time to be involved in this kind of work on the planet because more and more people are waking up to realizing healing can come from a nutrition-based program, and that the real way to be healthy is for you to assume responsibility for your own health. We have an extraordinary team of talented, dynamic people. As you know, you don't have to be in here very long before you see the place just resonates with life and vibrancy. Every day we come together for a fresh Gerson meal. And every employee is given a paid lunchtime and a free Gerson lunch, and so that adds to our camaraderie and our sharing. We've outgrown the building, and that we also don't have enough of like common meeting area places. There's a noisy activity level.
Really tight. There's no flow of circulation. And
once a year, have a week-long workshop for medical practitioners. We provide Gerson meals for people during those workshops, and currently all of those meals are being prepared in 230 square feet and catered.
The kitchen is super small, which from what they said was the main place, so I feel like it's super tight.
I think that it's amazing that they use that kitchen to cook for 20 people because it's very tiny. So hopefully we can work on that at the new location.
The first thing I asked was what they really needed or what they thought was the major problem, and they said that the sinks, they'd like to have another sink. And from that, I just kept asking things they needed and wanted.
And they need a lot of room for their equipment, their huge juicer. The fact that they just have so much bulk produce all the time, that they're juicing and condensing, I think that's going to be really interesting because you start out with such a big product and then you have to condense it into a smaller product, so that takes all sorts of equipment and storage and then disposing of all of the waste.
We have a lot of conversations, we have phones ringing, we have walk-ins, we have several volunteers that are here with us any given time working on special projects.
I thought it was interesting how people just can walk in and ask questions and be educated about the place.
We have a very, very active shipping department that ships hundreds of orders a week all over the world. And part of that wholesale inventory is scattered around from the nooks and crannies in the attic to back in the corners of closets to walkways.
They need a lot of storage and they need office space back there.
We are interested in working with the Design Institute and all of their creative students and wonderful faculty members to use some very, very creative space usage design for us.
We were talking about maybe in one of the offices upstairs, since they're talking to people from all over the world, is putting clocks in there with the times from different places, because they say it's really important for making appointments and stuff. They don't know what time it is there offhand.
We're hoping to have something that's more open than our current space, and yet that still lends itself to some visual and auditory privacy. Be like a sanctuary for our busy, busy lives, and a part of it that will be like an open public forum to welcome the world in.
And we are field measuring for the Gerson Institute newly acquired space. It seems better than where they are now. It seems more open, so I think that will be much better.
We're looking forward to a little more room. And the number one thing that drives our organization is that to be of the highest level of service, to ensure the continuation of Dr. Gerson's work and its highest level of authenticity being available to anybody in the world that wants to know about it.
I'm so excited.
I'm so happy to be finally doing a real life project.
I'm most excited that I get to apply what I've learned in this school to this project.
Now that I've started and I see the place, I'm excited to make it better.